Welcome to a Mick, a Mook, and a Mike.
Hosted by four-time Emmy-nominated producer
Frank Pace and retired New York City firefighter, 9/11 first responder, and Vietnam vet, Billy O'Connor.
Today's guest.
My brothers.
My brother Frankie, my brother Derek. What's up there, brothers? Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
New Year.
Happy New Year. We're going to review the year we just passed, and we're going to give you a preview of what's going to happen in the future.
Let's just get out of this fucking year and hope for the best. Let's put this one behind us.
Man, you can say that again. You can
Oh,
say
my
that
God.
again.
Do you guys feel like...
Hey, what's going on with this? You're working for Warner Brothers. How does this thing affect you if they get this merger going through? What's the deal on this thing? How does it affect all of us? Or does it affect all of us?
Well, it doesn't affect all of you in the least bit. I don't think it really affects me and my coworkers. Well, my coworkers it may affect, but it really won't be resolved within 18 months to 2 years. And I think I'm going to be out of the picture.
You'll be
by
dead by
then.
then.
Well, you may be dead. You may be dead by the end of this podcast. As for see what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's not going well. So you don't think it's going to affect you? You got 18 months, you figure, before it happens. But what's the deal for the rest of us?
You know, the evolution of television is going more and more to smaller screens and away from big screens. And I know that all of the hard, fast directors are saying big screens will never die. But I just think the movie industry is on life support. Theatrical movies. I think they'll still make movies for sure, but they'll air them more and more on streaming. I think the same thing goes for network broadcasts. Look, YouTube just got the rights to the Academy Awards in 2029.
Really?
YouTube. Yeah.
YouTube, the Academy Awards, really?
Yep.
It's a good analogy for this, Frank. The fact that you got to go to a movie theater now and it's broke up into 16 movies instead of showing one film. Is it that same kind of shit? It's just fragmented.
I don't understand that question one bit.
I mean,
16 movies?
You're talking about how the big screen is gone and the smaller screens, everything's diverted, right? Well, when you go to a movie theater now, you don't go to see a movie. There's 16 movies playing, you know?
Oh, yeah. There's 16 movies playing, and you got to sit through 30 minutes of commercials.
Exactly. So that's the same kind of analogy. Things are breaking down into smaller fragmentations.
Yeah, and really, people will get sick of going to the theater and watching 16 freaking commercials before the movie starts.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Know?
So how does it affect the general public? I mean, who's behind the merger? What was the Red Raider or some the guy who came in with the dirty shot later on? What's going on with that?
You know, the two principals are David Zaslav and Ted Sarandos of Netflix, and his partner, I forget his name. Those are the two guys behind it. Because right now, Networks is number one streamer, and Warner Brothers is the number 3 streamer. So, you know, Trump wants Paramount and is pushing the Paramount merger to go through, but Warner Brothers turned down the hostile takeover. And of course, Trump wants Paramount to go through because he's a good friend with David Ellison, and David Ellison's in his pocket for a lot of cash, donations and stuff.
Yeah, I know all about Ellison stuff. Is Ellison still who's the takeover to CBS that's going right wing now? What's the deal with that, Frank?
I don't think CBS will go right wing. I think they will moderate their be a little bit more down the middle than they have been. I think Barry Weiss is the person's name at CBS. So
yeah, well,
yeah. So it's it's a lot of noise, but I think more noise and stuff that'll get you guys both pissed off is it's been 2.5 years since the actors went on strike, the writers went on strike, and the directors went on strike. So June 1st is the deadline. July 1st, we're planning on doing some strike planning for this year.
The actors,
The actors, the writers, and the directors may go out and strike again.
what are they
Why,
striking?
they didn't fulfill the obligations they were supposed to do the first time around, or what?
No, the contract is up. So now they have to negotiate for a new contract. They're so stupid. They make 3-year contracts. We can barely make shows for what they're giving us. And I think they should have made a 5-year deal, but they negotiate in 3-year segments. So we're getting ready for the potential strike. I mean, I think the actors will start negotiating in February. They won't make a deal in February, and then the other unions get involved. So I think it amazes me that I'm saying this, but we could be on the verge of having another strike on top of the baseball strike that may happen. So it's not good.
We ought to strike, the three of us, for more money for the podcast. We'll go on strike. If we go off the air, we'll bring this country to its knees.
I think that's true. Because this is the greatest podcast in the history of podcasts. There's never been another one like it. We have accomplished more during this podcast than any other podcasters have in the history of the world. And I've taken a cognitive test, and that proves that I know what I'm talking about.
And that's the problem, Frank. The people don't realize how good we are. They don't accept us. They don't realize. They don't laud us. That's the problem.
Yes, and the vote count is, I mean, they say we've only got 15,000 people watching us, but my figures show is 1.5 billion. and this is fake news. We have 1.5 billion people watching us, and that's all I got to say about that until next time.
Frank, it was always great hearing from you. Your perspective. It's always right on the money and factual. Speaking of which, I guess we've by now everybody's seen the big Epstein drop, right? The drop on the Epstein files.
Yeah.
There was one section that was 117 pages completely blacked out. Completely. Like somebody went out with a roller. 117 straight pages. That's unbelievable. There's a comic. He's a good friend of Cope's. His name is Sam Morrell. And he's doing a bit. And I saw it on YouTube or TikTok, one of those things that flies by, Facebook, I don't know. Anyway, he's doing a bit, and somebody yells out from the audience. He said something about the Epstein files, and somebody yells out from the audience, I think Donald Trump was blowing Clinton, right? He yells out from the audience, Donald Trump was blowing Clinton. And Morrell does deadpan. He looks and he goes, I kind of feel Hillary can't catch a break. You did what? You did what?
I mean, did you really expect Donald Trump's name to show up or his picture showed up? I mean, they published that photo of Bill Clinton in a hot tub with a young girl. Did you think that was going to be Donald Trump? I mean, really?
No, of course not. I mean, we all know that thing was going to be docked into hell and high water. But they dropped a few names. What, Mick Jagger, Michael Jackson. Shaq.
Yeah, like he could do anything. Like he could do anything.
What are they going to do to Mick Jagger? I mean,
Woody Allen, the only man whose dick is more shriveled than yours.
I grow. I'm a grower. I'm not a shower. I'm a grower. Yeah, it's unbelievable. What a load of shit.
Well, as we get into,
did you hear the rumor that Stephen Hawkins was in?
Yeah, he was in it.
Well, I tell you what, man. If you get raped by Stephen Hawkins, I got to kind of figure it's on you. I mean, what's the deal? You couldn't find a flight of stairs or something? If you get raped by Stephen Hawkins, I mean, that's you got to take the rap for that one. Oh, yeah, how the hell can he be on? Come on, Stephen Hawkins.
Well, I mean, it's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, it just
Derek, I
you said
can't
you
hear you.
did-
Are you checking in there?
Can you hear me? You can't
Oh,
hear me?
yes.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Now we can.
Okay, great. So you guys, do you think Stephen Hawking wasn't at one of these parties or didn't participate in some of this?
Oh, yeah.
Know, can he participate?
Of course he
Well,
can.
Does it work down there?
Yeah, apparently.
I think
Does yours work down there?
I think they had written that he was able to, perform
Participate.
something.
Participate, frolic and
What-
ramble.
Bill Gates appeared.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
in numerous photos.
Well, his wife left him for that reason.
Yep.
And
yeah. I wonder how many people Googled can Stephen Hawking screw.
or how many of our 1.5 million followers will Google it right now?
Billion, you said billion. 1.5
Oh,
billion.
Yeah, that's
Don't
right.
sell
Billion.
us short, you fuck. Don't sell us short.
Well, what do you guys like? How do you feel about this? Does this make you feel outraged at all?
No.
About what, the Epstein files, the release, the cover up, the bullshit?
It's
the
politics
cover-up.
as usual. It's politics as usual.
So you feel like this is similar to something you've already experienced?
Well,
Watergate comes to mind. I never had sex with that woman comes to mind. You know.
Okay.
it's been going on for years. It's the only thing is now we're hearing about both parties doing it instead of one party doing it.
But I think this. I mean, it's a sex scandal, of course, but this is a big financial deal, isn't it? There's money going all over the world here. There's a network of.
Yeah, exactly. That's really what I'm
bigger
saying.
financial scandal. Derek, you're into this kind of shit.
Well, I'm not into it, but I just feel like it seems to expose the fact that we have dealt with corruption throughout all of our lifetimes, and
throughout history.
History, exactly.
The presidents, from George Washington on up, but fucking slaves and everything else. So
Washington left off as the richest man in America. Did you know that?
Yep.
Well, I think that's what Trump's trying to do, actually.
Well, he's making so much money off the top.
Oh yeah,
off of his name. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing all of the presidents have. Look
but
at
not like this, Frank. This is like blatant. I mean, this is like
no. Now blatant has become acceptable.
Yeah.
I mean, for $1 million, if you buy a Trump Platinum card, you can get in the country.
The bar is so low. I mean, the big beacon on the hill, all that shit's out the window completely. We're just blowing people up at random, saying what the fuck we want to do. We're doing it because you know what? We're blowing up people off the coast of Venezuela and saying, anybody see it? Tough shit. Do something about it.
Right.
That's what's
I
going
feel like
on.
we've always done that, though. I mean, we've always done that. I just think we have so much access to information they can't hide it as well as they did before.
Correct.
Yeah, but
they're not willing to hide it. They say, "Fuck you, show it."
Yeah,
Well,
fuck you.
I mean,
That's what's going on
like-
now. Fuck you.
Well, they can't hide it, so they have to be like that. There's no more hiding it. You can't hide it anymore. So you need a kind of a boisterous, loudmouth person as the leader of the free world now to say, "Fuck you." We're going to do
Vote
whatever.
for Billy. Vote for Billy. Vote
You know
for
what?
Billy.
I mean, the whole premise of this Venezuela shit. I mean, obviously it's regime change, right? We all know. I mean, it's the drugs is not even a good cover. It's not even like
drugs,
weapons of mass destruction. It's just
it's not about drugs. It's about oil.
It's about regime change. Yeah, they want somebody who wants to do business with us. Get him out of there.
Right.
I
About
think he
oil.
says something like the name is America is in the name, so it's our oil. Did he say that?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he did. He actually did. It's South America, hence it's our oil because America's down there. You're exactly right. He did say that.
That's so funny. That's hilarious, but
Oh,
so
yeah.
bad.
But the deal is, I mean, the big killer is fentanyl, right? And the Sackler family, I mean, they paid $1.5 billion fine. They were the biggest killers of Americans that ever lived. I mean, they advertised on television with that oxycodone shit, you know? And they walked. I mean, they're sitting pretty. They paid $1.5 billion fine, and Giuliani's the guy who pardoned them down. He's the guy who worked out the deal, right? So if we were really after drugs, what's coming out of Venezuela is cocaine. I know because I went there and did cocaine in Caracas. And the guy came back with a thing that looked like a doorknob. I was talking to the cabbie. I said, "Can you get coke?" He says, "Oh, yeah." Come back with a thing that looked like a doorknob. I was cutting it with a razor blade. It was like ridiculous.
Did you
My nose-
did you visit other Caracases while you were in Caracases in Venezuela?
Caracas, Venezuela, yeah. So anyway, so there ain't no fentanyl coming out of there. So this thing blowing up the boats is just, trying to rattle a
Billy.
saber.
Billy, how much of that doorknob was left over?
Oh, I had quite a bit actually, but I couldn't take it out of the country, It
Oh,
was
so
like
you
I
didn't
couldn't.
do it all.
Every time I did a little bit of it, my nose would bleed. It was like snorting broken glass. It was so pure. It was that pure. But
Oh my God! So you snorted cocaine until your nose bled, and you just kept doing it.
you didn't have to snort a lot of this cocaine before your nose bled. As soon as you snorted this cocaine, my nose, that's how pure it was. It was like broken glass.
Yeah.
It was like
But
when you
did
crushed it
that.
up.
Your nose bled, and then you did it again.
Well, yeah, it was cocaine. You might as well be telling the baby, and then you licked the ice cream again, and it was cold.
Wow.
But
that's
anyway,
crazy.
there ain't the biggest pusher, and I swear I can tell anybody this is China is the ones that sells most of the opiates to us, and you can get it anytime you want through the U.S. mail. The biggest purveyor of drugs in the United States is the U.S. mail. You can get any drug you want from China. This is China's revenge from the opium wars. They're saying,
Yeah.
okay, you fucked us, now we're going to fuck you. And they'll send you anything you want, and it's cheap as shit. And I know
And
because
truthfully,
I get
and
I get Viagra through the mail from China.
wow,
Through the
does it
mail,
work?
Viagra. And they call me, I must get 15 calls from them a day from
Does the
various
Viagra make-
companies trying to
Does the
sell me
Viagra make
drugs.
your nose bleed?
No, but it makes my hair stiff. I look like Don King if I eat enough of them. You know what I mean? I eat 2 or 3 of them, and everything just pops up.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
eat Viagra like M&Ms. I know.
That's right. But anyway, so it's all bullshit. This drug thing, and they don't give a shit about drugs coming out of South America. And then besides that, those boats couldn't get there if they were full of gas. Never mind full of drugs. They couldn't get to the coast of America. They couldn't get to Florida from there with those size boats. They'd have to refuel about 20 times. It's
the
ridiculous.
question is, what are we going to do about it?
Oh.
Oh, we're not going to do anything about it. We're just going to beat them into submission, and then Maduro will change.
The first thing we got to do
Maduro
is sober
change.
up the American voter.
Yeah, they're not going to. I don't know what the hell's going to happen.
Well, let me go back to the movies for a second, Frank. So
Cool.
I read an article that said that the movie industry was dumbing down its scripts and its storylines because Americans are not able to start to follow a storyline, and also, well, they're not able to comprehend and follow a storyline. Do you know anything about this? Is this true or not true?
Not from my experience, but not from
Okay.
my experience. I mean, you know, the younger audience is more of a problem than the dumbing down. I think that as the audience gets younger and as the audience gets more proficient, I mean, they're proficient as possible on phones and on email and everything else, that younger and younger people want to watch, more movies about action heroes. I mean, the tastes have changed. I mean, when, I think in the old days, people watched Cary Grant movies, then they watched George Clooney movies. I mean, I saw the George Clooney movie the other day,
Sucked.
and it was bad. It
10
wasn't.
minutes in, I turned it off. I said, this thing really sucks.
Yeah, well, it wasn't good, but I think maybe that the networks and the studios are giving too many notes, and they're not letting directors shoot their creative visions. And that's,
Frank, ain't this thing about the the superheroes and the Transformers and all that shit, and
that's what
isn't that
people want.
because of the market overseas, China,
That's
India?
that's part of the reason, the overseas market, but that's what the audience wants to see.
They
I
want to
mean,
see superheroes like Marvel and
yeah, and
They don't want to think. They don't want like 12 Angry Men. You're not going to sell 12 Angry Men in India.
no
That ain't going to
chance.
happen.
You're not going to sell it in America.
No.
You know,
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
I mean, unless Billy was in the courtroom and on a jury. Hey,
Well,
let me. We're talking about juries. Uh, what do you think of this Reiner situation? Rob Reiner and his wife killed by their son. I mean, of course, Trump made it into. He deserved it. He had Trump derangement syndrome. That's what he said. TDS,
that's
Trump
this guy
derangement
is
system.
this. Look, I mean, someday, historically, people are going to look back at this time, and they're going to be absolutely appalled how we let this happen. I mean, that we've let the bar of
Maybe,
distaste. I mean, he's
maybe.
not even a good human being. He's not even a person. He's just like a blob of shit, and he goes low as he can go. I mean, that's like somebody dies, all bets are off. You let it go. You just let it go.
When has he ever?
Obviously, for the Rhiners, it's terrible. The kid had like 18 falls with
Yeah,
the drugs or something. He was like 18 times. He was in and out of rehabs and shit.
I know the guy who's defending him, Alan Jackson, and he's going to go for not guilty based on mental disorder or something, just in order to save his life. He's also the attorney that got Karen Reed off in Massachusetts, and I just really think that's the only approach you can take is try to save his life by saying not guilty due to diminished mental capacity. Because I guess he was diagnosed as a schizophrenic 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago now, and the medication, the story that they're proposing is the medications made him crazy.
You had told me that he had a fight at Conan. Him and his father had a fight at Conan O'Brien's party or something.
Yeah, yeah. He had a argument with oh, what's the guy's name? The guy who played a movie critic was also a mass killer. Last year,
Charles
I don't
Manson.
remember that. No, it was last year. It was the last. Bill Hader. He got into it with Bill Hader, Reiner's son, and they asked him to leave.
They asked Reiner's son to leave.
Yes, so Reiner and he left, and his wife left together.
There's a lot of people facing that problem when they got a kid that's got drug problems. I mean, there's a lot of people that face it, and I mean, they don't have the money that the Reiners have to get the kid in and out of rehab. But then if the kid's an out and out schizophrenic, obviously a potential danger. I don't know. Was he ever dangerous before? Did he ever threaten them before, or he was just?
Well, I believe the defense is going to be he had never been diagnosed as schizophrenic and had never been given this medication before. But let me ask you, what did your father do with you?
I was going to ask the same thing. Like,
My father had his own issues. My father was a diehard alcoholic. I mean, my father was only concerned pretty much towards the last 10 years of his life is where's the next bottle coming from. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, but you didn't kill your
besides
father.
that, my mother and father never saw who I was. I mean, I was a different person around my mother and father. You know what I mean? I had at least enough decency to keep it out to be who they wanted me to be when I was with them but the thing was I was very rarely with them. I tried to avoid them because they weren't in my orbit,
Yeah, but
I
some would say that one of the reasons why this kid went off the deep end like he did was the fact that he wasn't with his parents, or they didn't spend enough time with him, or a considerable amount of time.
yeah,
So
I
you're
know, but
saying
I don't think that's
You know,
true.
you can go down that road, but I mean, this guy just stabbed his mother and father to death. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think you can come up with enough nuances to say, well, what drove him to it. The kid was fucking nuts. He had to be nuts.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
go ahead, Frank.
I'm saying that, I mean, they made a movie about his addiction and his relationship with his father. It was called Call Me Charlie or whatever, but they had to spend an enormous amount of time with him in order
Okay.
to, tell a story from both perspectives. And I think if from what I saw of the interviews of the two of them together, maybe in retrospect, Rob was a little dismissive of what Charlie's point of view was, but I mean, not drastic enough to kill your father and mother, not drastic enough to move out of your own of your father and mother's guest house. I mean, if somebody is really taken advantage of, you want to get as far away from them as possible. You don't
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah. I get it.
Wasn't he sleeping in his car or some shit for a while? Wasn't he homeless for a while? The kid
Yeah, I think maybe that's what I
sleeping in the
read.
back seat of his BMW.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he was sleeping in the back seat of a BMW, but I just think that it maybe was more made of that than was actually happened. But again, who knows?
It's a terrible try. It's awful. It's an awful, awful thing. And I mean, they're Bronx guys. They came out of the Bronx. Carl Reiner
Right.
and Rob Reiner and Penny Marshall and the whole crew. So, an awful thing.
Yeah.
Well, there was a guy. Hang on a second. There was a guy named Roy Drillick. You can look it up in Google him. He lived in the same building as all these movie stars and people that were gone that became famous. There was a bunch of them kind of this one building on the concourse right before Marshall Loop Parkway. There was Calvin Klein and Robert Klein and Penny Marshall and Gary Marshall, and that whole crew came out of that building. But there was a guy in there named Roy Drillick, and they used to call him King of the Parkway when we were growing up. And this guy hung out with every new group of teenagers that was coming along. The guy was like 43, and he was hanging out with kids 17, 16 years old, drinking beer on the Parkway. He was a real psychopath. And he ended up stabbing his father to death in that same building.
Wow.
His name was, you can look it up. You can Google Roy Drillick, Drillac.
Yeah, that's
I knew him. He was a screwball, obviously.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, but I mean, it's a terrible thing that there's something like that to try. And for him to politicize it, he's just a piece of shit, man. I mean, come on. I mean, this guy is like, the hate is like, he's such a small man. It's like,
you've got TRD.
Yeah,
That's
I do.
your problem is you got TRD.
Without a doubt, I have it. And that's a hell of a thing to have to say. Every time somebody criticizes him, it's TRD. It's like, the guy's a piece of shit. I mean, let's face it, he's a piece of shit. That's simple. Nothing good about the man. Nothing. He's just a transactional piece of shit. And I hope he doesn't die.
Why?
No, I really don't want him to die. I want it to be slow, and miserable. I don't want to quit the thing. That's another thing. Hey, I read this. Now, this is a theory. There's supposed to be a new Alzheimer's drug. And they administer it through your back of your hand. And they administer it once a week. And one of the side effects of it is narcolepsy.
Yeah.
So that's the latest conspiracy thing that's out there, that he might be getting treated for Alzheimer's. And narcolepsy is a side effect of this drug.
Gee, my father treated me with the back of his hand many times when I was a kid.
But that wasn't. You definitely wouldn't have narcolepsy around your old man. Well, I know that feeling.
Dad
My
and my
man
mother
just had to look at me.
Dad and my mother with the spaghetti spoon. Holy Christ, did she break a bunch of those over my ass? But not child endangerment.
You
Would be
soldiered
now.
on, and you
Yeah,
didn't
I saw.
stab him to death. You didn't react badly. I didn't.
Nope.
I didn't react badly. I went and got drunk. I said, you know what? I'm just going to go get drunk.
If I tried to stab him to death, they'd kill me.
That's good.
Hey, on a happier note, as we move into January, 3 of our friends have big movies coming up. Avatar
Stephen Lang.
has already broken into the the marketplace. It did probably is now in its second week. It's already in its hundreds of thousands of showing, and Steven's gotten great reviews for General Colonel Quaritch. And
Good.
then
Good.
Michael T. Williamson and oh, I'm having a mental note.
I understand.
Oh no, Michael T. Williamson and Neil McDonough have got The Last Rodeo, which Michael T. was telling us about. That's out, and that's doing real well.
Good.
And then in February, artists will have a movie coming out, a 3 or 4 part series called The History of the ABA.
I thought that was really cool. I saw
And
that. That's
he'll
gonna be
have
cool.
to be front and center in all of that. I don't understand why the NBA doesn't recognize the ABA statistics. I mean, Major League Baseball is now recognizing the Negro League statistics, and the NFL has already started. They started with the merger. And when was the merger, Billy? I don't
69,
remember.
Right? 69,
Yeah,
60,
yeah.
67 was the merger.
Yeah. So I mean, I asked that because we wrote the book, which is Lamar's
Still in
Gamble.
print.
Still in print.
Still in print. You can still obtain a very rare copy of this book. Millions and millions and millions have been sold. However, there might be a copy you can procure.
Yep. But the NFL accepted the AFL stats right from the beginning, from day one. Major League Baseball is now have the Negro League stats. I don't understand why the NBA doesn't accept ABA stats. It's too bad. It's too bad.
Yeah. Well, so many pioneers came out of that league besides artists, Julius and Julius Irving and the whole. I mean, that was a hell of a.
I mean,
it was exciting. It was an exciting league. 3-point league.
3-point play.
Yeah.
Came out of that league.
Yeah.
Dan Issel, who's a friend of this show, came out of this league. Unbelievable. I hope that the NBA does accept those stats.
Well, that's going to be a cool documentary, history of the ABA. That's going to be pretty cool.
I think I think it'll be on Netflix. If not Netflix, Apple TV. So it'll be.
Right?
No,
No.
I did
And
not. I did.
And Avatar 3, I don't know what the reviews are like yet, but they're talking about it being the best one ever. I don't know. I saw the first one because my wife is into that Avatar thing. It wasn't really my bag, but the first one was good. The second one I thought was kind of so-so.
Really?
But the third one's supposed to be the best one yet. Did you ever see these things, Derek?
Yeah.
What'd you
I think
think?
they're all kind of but they're definitely spectacles and marvels of cinema making for sure.
Technology for sure.
Yeah.
And this, Avatar 4 will probably be out next Christmas, maybe the Christmas after.
Yeah, when he was on the program, you say they shot them all together in New Zealand, right? Was that where it was?
No. They shot the first one. Then 10 years later, they shot the second one. And then they're shooting the third and fourth together. So that's why they make them out closer.
Stephen Lang was such a like a down home type of guy.
Great guest, I thought. He very dynamic character,
Very humble for a guy who grew up wealthy and is now, a movie star making.
He was one of my favorite guests. I thought he was a really kind of guy you meet in a bar and have a beer with, and he was like he was interesting. He was a really interesting guy. Many faceted guy.
And in addition to his fame, he's got a nice kind of fame because he can go anywhere he wants to go and very
Right.
few people recognize him. It's
Yeah.
not. He's not like Clooney or Brad Pitt or any actor like even or Adam Sandler. Their faces precede them.
Yeah.
Steven's face. When you see Steven, you say, "Where do I know that guy from?
Yeah.
Do I know him? Do I know him from high school? Maybe we went to college together.
Yeah.
Did he paint my house? You know, he's got one of those guys."
As I get older, that's happening to me when I go home. Where do I know her from?
Oh,
I know her.
and by the way, in our movie Babe Ruth for NBC, you know who played Lou Gehrig?
Yep.
Who played Lou Gehrig? Neil McDonough.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Neil
interesting.
McDonough.
So-
You're right. Yeah.
So
Steven was terrific as Babe Ruth in that, right?
yeah, he really
And then
was.
I tell you, he was great in Tombstone. Uh,
Don't Breathe. Did you watch?
Yeah,
Did you see Don't Breathe?
yeah, I saw Don't Breathe. I thought he was good in that too. He was really good.
Derek, did you see it?
Which one was that?
Don't
That's
Breathe.
the one where he's
What was
He
it
was
about?
he was a Vietnam
blind vet.
blind Vietnam vet
No.
whose house
Oh,
whose
yeah, I
house.
did. I saw it. Yeah, there's two of
Gets
them. Right?
burglarized.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's two of them.
First one was
Yeah.
He was-
great.
He
and
was good.
if you
He's really good.
if you saw him in Gods and Generals, he was fantastic.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. So Frank, how is my volume level compared to Billy's? Is it the same or is it low?
It's about the same.
Okay,
It's
good.
coming through about the same.
Okay, great. Yeah, I did see Don't Breathe, and it was the first one was excellent, in my opinion. Very, very good concept, and obviously Steven did a great job. I did see the second one. I thought, it's a sequel, so
Yeah, many sequels are like that.
yeah.
But
Yes,
anyway,
Billy-
it's glad to see he's making money. Avatar's out, and
Yeah, how
good
much
shot.
money is he making? What do we think he's getting for this?
I know what he's getting from us. I'm not going to say.
Well, give it to us in Roman numerals. This way we won't understand.
I know what he's making for Avatar. I don't have any idea
Yeah.
what he's making for the other movies.
And I guess they pay him one contract for the whole shot. I mean, they didn't know there's going to be sequels, so they got to renegotiate every one.
No, they renegotiated after one when
Does
they
he
knew there
have
was going to be. When they knew there was going to be 2, 3, and 4, that's when they renegotiated.
That's when so they sign them for 2, 3, and 4 rather than have to renegotiate every 3 years like your dopey union.
Yeah, I like the dopey union.
So he's got a back end deal. Let's look it
Well,
up.
he
Look
he
it up
do-
so we
he,
don't get you in trouble.
he doesn't on Avatar.
He does not?
No, he didn't
Okay.
on he didn't have on Don't Breathe. I believe he may have gotten a little piece of the action on Don't Breathe too.
Oh,
Back end deals are going away.
really?
Yeah,
They're like-
because
they're like pensions.
as more and more movies are streaming, all the streamers don't pay back end.
That's
Yeah.
great.
So
How do
that's
you spell
another
Stephen?
thing. Stephen.
So streamers don't streamers don't have to, like, YouTube doesn't have to give rights or money to anybody that they took they're showing it from.
Well, I don't know about YouTube, but I know about Netflix and Hulu and Amazon and all of those. They negotiate they buy out the projects for life. No residuals and no back end.
Wow.
No residuals.
And
no.
and that's the way it should be, you know. I mean, I still get residuals on Zendaya's show and Sabrina Carpenter's show and George Lopez, but it's 35 cents. A re-airing, so I usually get $60 a year in residuals, but I don't understand
And do you
why.
invest that, Frank?
I you know what? I actually invest that in this podcast. I actually invest that
You
in this
hold that
podcast.
dear, Frank. That $60. Do you?
Yep. Yep.
So Wow.
Well, I got to ask a question. It's driving me crazy. What does a Nietzsche stand for? What does that mean, Derek? The hat. What does it mean?
Bougie black guy.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. I'll tell you in a second. Hold that thought. Okay, so how are the movie theaters not? How come they don't make? How are they? Sorry. Why aren't the salaries public? If it's a public company, how are they able to keep the salaries of the employees private?
The movie theaters?
I'm sorry, the movie studios.
He just Googled that and it didn't show up, and he's pissed.
It's a
I
public
think
company.
I think all they have to publish is how much a movie costs.
Interesting.
It's got all of those figures in there. And as far as the movie theaters are concerned, they make their money on popcorn, candy, and
Yeah, I
Yeah.
misspoke. I didn't mean
ads.
theater. I was just curious how they were able to keep it private, what they actually paid the actors since they are a public company.
Because you just Googled what they paid Stephen Lang, and it wasn't there, and now you're infuriated. You want to know why can't I have access to this information?
Hey, do you use Google, or do you use Chat GBT, or do you use Grok?
I use
Have-
Google because I used to use chat, and then I heard that, I read an article that that the creator, co-founder of ChatGPT, raped his daughter. So I decided I didn't want to fund that anymore.
He raped his
I'm
daughter.
sorry, raped his sister repeatedly.
Ooh,
Oh, his sister.
Yeah.
but
Oh, that's
still-
better.
that's
That's
different.
okay. Oh, I thought you said he raped his daughter. It was his sister. Oh,
Yeah,
Who doesn't rape his sister? I mean, that's not even news. Come on.
If you could set us up like that more often, it would be we would be up to 2.5 billion.
Oh my, that is such. Oh my.
Oh.
Anyway, so yeah, I don't use ChatGPT anymore, and plus, they're.
What about Grok? What about Grok?
I don't even know what Grok
I don't
is. What
like
is that?
I don't like Grok's attitude.
It's got a chip on its shoulder, right? Is Grok?
It does a little bit,
Well,
yeah.
hang on a second. Oh, I can't say what does an E stand for. And it came back bougie black eye.
Yeah.
I can't even get
it does have an attitude.
Frank, do you use these things when you talk? You talk to your phone. I'm still not even into whatever her name is, Alexa or Lisa, whatever the hell her name called. I don't even do that. When I'm driving my car and somebody calls me and the light comes on, it's a big. To me, it's like, what the hell's going on? It's like a spaceship. I'm trying to figure out what I can't get into this talking into the phone or talking into the car or none of that shit.
Well, I'm good. I'm okay with that. But I'm driving now a 2015 Lexus because it's perfect for me. I can't drive my wife's car because it's got so much technology that I don't even know.
Yeah.
I can't even turn on the radio. I can't. I can't turn the defroster on, or the heater on, or the air conditioner on. Crazy.
My car, Derek, you didn't know my car finally shit the bed, so I had to get rid of it. So I traded it in, and I got an Audi, right? A 2023 Audi.
Whoa,
Nice car.
Look at you.
Really
What'd
cool
you get?
car.
What'd you get? An
C5
A8?
or G5, Q5 or whatever.
You get a coupe?
What's a coupe? Isn't
that's the hair you put on your head?
I got a coupe.
A coupe.
Anyway, the thing is like a spaceship. It scares the shit out of me because I don't know anything about electronics. I just know something's going to go wrong and the whole fucking thing's going to shit the bed. But as I'm driving it,
Okay,
I get a phone call and I'm like, right, something's beeping, something's going off. What?
ringing. The phone.
know, it's like-
ringing.
Oh man! Just like Frank said, I don't know what the hell's going on in there. It's like everything's all computerized. It's like
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back to my standard shift car in order to make it move.
Yeah.
Because Karen's car, even going in reverse is a challenge for me. Figuring out how to get it into reverse.
You know what? It's amazing me. And thank God, I'm driving this car, and when you got it on assist or some shit, I'm going to change lanes, and the thing fights me. It doesn't want to change lanes, and I'm saying, what's going on? And then I realize you have to put the blinker on to let the car know we're switching lanes, right? And I don't use that. I'm just making it switch, right? But it's so bizarre that I can be going around the mountains and not
When she
holding the wheel
comes.
of the car. The thing is going like this, it's taking over for me. I'm thinking to myself, thank God they
You're
didn't
not
have these
drunk.
cars when I was drinking. I would have said, oh, fuck it. Let's have another couple of shots. What's
Oh,
the difference? The car will take me home. What do I care? The car's driving.
that's a perfect segue, because I was running around my house and I couldn't find anything to watch. So I turned on an episode of Boston Blue. That was the original Blue Bloods, whereas Donnie Wahlberg's now moved to Boston to be with his son. Anyway, there was an episode where a guy got pulled over, drunk out of his fucking mind. Turned out he was the fire chief.
Fire chief. All right.
The fire chief of Boston. And the moral dilemma was everybody in the department was everybody in both departments wanted him to skate. Did you ever have anything like that happen to you, Billy?
Huh?
I said, holy fuck, this is the Billy O'Connell story if there ever was one.
That badge bailed me out so many times, man. But there was a lot of guys that didn't bail out, if you were assholes about it. But I was always, when I got pulled over, and I got pulled over a lot of times. I tell you, I was coming home from a guy's wake. A friend of mine's mother's wake. One of the guys we work with, Joe DeMutt. It was Joe DeMutt. And his mother died. And it was up in Warwick, New York, right? So I had to drive up to Warwick for the funeral. Of course, after the wake, we got paralyzed, right? We're drinking paralyzed. And I'm driving back with this guy, Jack Ryan. And I'm driving. I got pulled over by a cop before I got out of Warwick. I said, look, I'm just driving a couple blocks, going to his house, and I'm a firefighter. Guy says, I'm coming from away. Let me go. I got pulled over 3 times by 3 different cops on the way home that night. The 3rd time, Ryan says, look, there's no sense in me putting the registration back in the glove compartment. He says, why not just keep it here because I'm tired of going in and getting it. He says, but and I got off every time with the badge. And you got to be, you can't just pull a tin and say, hey, I'm on a job. You can't pull that shit. Because there was a kid I knew in the fire department, a probie. And he said, I pulled it out and he said, hey, I'm on a job. He wasn't drinking. He did something else, speeding or something. Hey, I'm on a job. And the cop looks at him and goes, wrong job. And another guy, and this is a true story, pulled out a thing and said, I'm a fireman. And the cop says, yeah? My wife's fucking a fireman, he says.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but you have to be humble. You pull that and say, look, I know it doesn't make any difference, officer. I know I'm in the wrong, but I'm on a fire department. Can you cut me a little professional courtesy? What do you call it? A little professional courtesy? Yeah, but yeah, it bailed me out a million times. I was
So
out
you've
of
just
control.
really been driving poorly.
Oh, yeah, man. I was blasted. I got so drunk one day. I think I told you the story, Frank. I used to go. I had a bar in Queens. My bar was in Queens, and the bar I used to drink in was the Tinker in the Bronx, right? So I'd get off of work in the fire department, 6 o'clock. I know I was going out to my joint, but I'd stop at the Tinker and I'd get pretty well oiled up before I went out to Queens. But I was always smart. I'd keep it. 6 quarters. At the time, the bridge was $1.50. I'd keep 6 quarters in the car, so I wouldn't have to go see a toll keeper. I could put it in the box in the catcher. So one day, I was so drunk coming home that I had the 6 quarters, and I pull up and I throw the 6 quarters and I pull off, and then I realized I had pulled up to the boot where the guy was. I just hit some guy in the face with 6 quarters. I was about a mile away before I said, what Imagine this guy's face. I pull up and just smack him in the face with 6 quarters and take off. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to get pretty well out there. I'm proud of it. It was what it is. Thank God I didn't kill anybody or kill myself.
How many drinks in a night?
Oh, as many as I want.
20? 20?
As many as I wanted.
Yeah, you
I
got
just,
no
you know, I
idea?
would.
No idea?
Well, I mean, there's no doubt if I was going out drinking, I'd drink at least 20 bottles of beer. If I had a few shots along the way with that. If I was drinking scotch, I'd probably go through about 3/4 of a quart of scotch, liter of scotch. You
Wow.
know,
Ugh.
you always switch to scotch or vodka when you couldn't take any more beer. You're getting too full from the beer, so I'll switch to something else.
Right.
That was
And you
Yeah,
could
but
drink
I
that.
never drank at home though. I was never a home drinker. That
you
wasn't
could
my
you
bag. I like to be out.
really?
Yeah.
No drinking at home.
Your kids must have been so happy that you. Where's Dad? I don't know. I haven't seen him for a
Are you
week.
kidding me, man? Sometimes I come home and my friends would tell me, and my ex-wife will swear to this too. They bring guys to carry me home, and they carry me into the house and say to my wife, "Where do you want him?" It's like 12 o'clock at night. Where do you just throw him on the floor? Throw him on the floor. Let him sleep there. And I wake up on the floor. Many times. But
We had
look,
we had a guy in high school. We used to carry him in all the time,
yeah.
and he lived downstairs, and we just take him by his feet, and we could hear his head bumping on the stairs as he went down step by step by step. He went thump thump thump. He didn't wake up.
On the landlord in Collegeport, I can remember waking up one morning at the foot of the stairs. We lived upstairs, and I was at the foot of the stairs, passed out. Of course, my wife came down and saw me there and left me there. And I can remember as I was waking up, I could just hear the landlord lady, "Poor girl, the poor girl, the poor girl." But yeah, I mean, I was out of control. What are you gonna
And
do?
you've been sober now for how long?
16 years.
A long time. It's about a week after 9/11, so 9/11 was 2002. That's a long time, 23 years,
2001.
That was one.
24 years.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Good for
24
you.
years sober.
Good for
Yeah.
you.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Not straight, but sober.
Not straight. I'm a
78
little straight, Frank. A little straight. I'm about that straight. A little bit.
78 years of Billy, but
Yeah.
24 years straight. Hey, let's switch topics over to the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Do you think anybody? What do you think again about Pete Rose getting in, Barry Bonds getting in, Roger Clemens getting in, Joe West getting in? What's the story here? Mark McGwire getting in. I mean,
The steroids. You think the steroids should keep them out? I don't know.
Well,
The gambling.
Pete
Thing. That's Rose should go in. I mean, that's like ain't nobody telling me that gambling isn't a priority now with the NFL the way they are and everything else. I mean, you notice the officiating in the NFL and all that stuff is getting. I mean,
Yeah.
the gambling is out of control in the NFL. There's at least 3 games a week, and I've been saying this since God knows when. They ain't on the level.
Yeah. Well, I was up in Pebble Beach over Thanksgiving with Joe West and another
Mhm.
umpire. And I said, how the fuck can you tell when a bet, 2 Cleveland pitchers were throwing balls on first strikes, except they had 9, they had 9 pitches, and one of the guys swung at a pitch that was supposed to be a ball was so far out of the strike zone. I said, how do you guys tell when a guy is throwing a ball out of the strike zone? And one of the umpires said, well, we can't tell that a guy's doing it purposely, but the betting numbers tell us what to look for. So if the numbers, like I say, I'm going to bet on the first pitch being a ball. If the numbers really skyrocket
Right.
on that bet, that's how they catch him.
It's just like the stocks, right? It's just like the stock market. Unusual activity on a certain stock, unusual activity on a certain pitch.
Yeah,
Right?
unless you talk about Nancy Pelosi, who made millions and millions and millions of insider trading.
They all did, though. They all did.
Hey.
I think senators on an average make 75% better than you do or anybody else.
Yeah, but let's get back to baseball.
Yeah, back to baseball. Yeah.
How can you have a museum without the leading hit getter, home run getter, winner, game
Umpire.
winner. Most games umpired are not in the Hall of Fame.
Joe is. I don't understand that. If he's the most, he goes in. That's most games umpired. He should be in. End of story. That's it.
Well, most home runs, most
Yeah,
Cy
but I
Young,
mean, you can get
most
a caveat with that. You can say
most Cy,
steroids.
most Cy Youngs,
Yeah,
most hits.
yeah.
I mean,
But I mean, they can't cop out on gambling anymore because I mean, the NFL. I want to stay on baseball, but I know more about the NFL and the NFL.
yeah, you can talk about.
The gamblings are. They make more money from gambling now than they do from TV.
Of course.
It's ridiculous. So do you? I mean, to say
You
there's
know,
no gambling going on is ridiculous. And
I
not
mean,
everybody can be on the level. They can't be 100% on the level. I mean, maybe 98% of it is on the level. But there's got to be a bad apple in the bunch. Barrels don't come with perfect apples. Somebody's got to. You got to be able to get to somebody.
well, look at those guys in the NBA.
Yeah, exactly.
They were.
You got to be able to get to somebody. There's got to be an angle. I mean, there's no way that gambling can be going on, and it can be 100%. When they say a guy runs 4.240, he runs a 4.240, number one draft pick, no doubt about it. He's a 4.240. All right, well, let's find out first what his character is like. Let's find out if he gambles. Let's find out if he's ever been. I mean, they don't. It's 4.240. End of story. No way they can't get to somebody, especially officials.
Well, it's getting to the point. One of the things that I don't understand. I'll put Pete in another category, but with what they're paying athletes today,
Yeah.
Why, if you're making $30 million a year, are you betting on a pitch to be thrown outside? If you're a player,
Yeah, insane. And the rap for that, and I can tell you, years ago the rap was, well, Walt Frazier. Everybody knew Frazier was a little fugazi. There was, if he had 3 to make 2 at the end of the game, 3 to make 2, forget about it. Depending on what that line was, it would either go. I mean, he hit that back of that bar like he had it down to a science. He could hit the back of that free throw bar and kick it straight up. Anyway, they say, how can a guy making that kind of money? How do you get to a guy like that? You don't. You get to him when he's in college and he's a freshman, and he ain't making any money, and that he's got such talent that this guy's going to be a pro someday. And once he's not a virgin, he's a whore. It's that simple. Once they got you, they got you.
Wait a second. I gotta write that down for my bond notes. I keep these sayings or once.
Well, it's true. Once he's not a virgin, he's a whore. I mean, once they got you. They're not going to say, okay, man, now you either play ball or we tell them about the $20,000 you took when you were a freshman in college, They don't get to them when they make, but they get to them early. But now, like you're talking about, these guys, they're making all this money and they're betting on whether it's going to be a strike or a ball. It's absurd. It's
crazy.
Absurd.
It is crazy. So you're predicting no Pete Rose. Well, I guess Clemens and Bonds already are not in this year, and Joe West not until next year.
Joe West should be in for sure. Was Clemens a steroid situation too? Is that why they're keeping him out?
Yeah. I mean, in Clemens' situation, he's a Texan, and you know how protective Texans are of their wives and their women. They treat them like cattle. Anyway,
I didn't know this.
anyway, Clemens' wife was taking steroids too, and
what?
Yeah, his wife was taking steroids too.
Why?
Yeah, for what?
Who knows? Maybe she wanted bigger tits. I don't know. Maybe she wanted tits as big as yours, Billy.
I don't know. Tell her good luck.
But she was saying that this guy was in the injector. This was injector was saying he was giving her shots in her ass, twice a month. Well, that was obviously a lie, because how could Clemens let anybody touch his property? I mean, how could he let anybody give my wife a shot in her ass? Never happened.
Yeah.
I tell you one thing. I'm going to Twitter. Is it Twitter? I'm going to Twitter this out immediately. Texans treat their wives like cattle. Frank Pace.
Yeah.
See if I get a response.
Yeah.
Well, do you watch Landman? Have you watched Landman at all?
No. That's
Oh.
Billy Bob. Billy Bob.
It's Billy Bob. He's
Actually,
got
go ahead.
he's got a wife and daughter that are really Texans. Of course, they lead him around by the dick because he knows what he's got. But wow, it's a great show.
Is it good? Yeah, check it out.
Yep, it's in the second season, so you got a whole first season to watch. I'm a big Taylor Sheridan fan.
Yeah, he's amazing. The guy's prolific as hell.
I devour everything he's got.
The guy's prolific as hell, man. He just keeps writing. They just keep buying.
Mayor of Kingstown.
Home run he hit.
Mayor of Kingstown's phenomenal.
Yeah, home run he hit, boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Have you not watched any of his
No.
shows? No. You should. Open up your horizon.
Does a lot of westerns. A lot of westerns.
Broaden your horizons. And by the way,
he's got a good western out called Cowboys and Colored People.
Perfect. I should watch that.
You still haven't answered Billy's question about what is the meaning of a niche.
Oh,
what is a niche? Come on.
It's the name of my wife's store.
Oh, cool.
Okay, but what does a niche mean?
Well, first of all, it's my daughter's middle name, and so because it's my daughter's middle name, we decided to name the store after the daughter.
That's not the answer to our question. What does a niche mean?
A niche is the name of a village in France.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Thank you. Cool. Finally, after 5 questions.
And is that a conversation starter when you wear that hat? Do people ask you, what does it mean?
No. Wait. Thank you, Billy, for your question. But let's address the grumpy one in the room. First of all, the context for the definitions that I gave was the appropriate context, sir. He asked me a question. I gave him the appropriate level of context. Absolutely.
You should have just said it was a country in France, and we liked it so much. We named our daughter's middle name, and subsequently we still liked it so much we named our store after it.
Just because you're grumpy, you don't like the order, doesn't mean that I have to provide you that order.
I reorder things. That's my job.
I provided you the order of most importance and relevance. But anyway, yes, Billy, that is what a niche means, and thank you, Frank, for reordering it as a producer.
So I've learned 2 things today. I've learned the derivation of a niche.
Okay.
And I've learned once a virgin, always a whore. Once a whore, always a virgin.
When you're not a virgin, you're a whore.
Once you're not a virgin, you're a whore.
Nobody's ever said. You might meet a girl who's never been laid. You might meet a girl who's been laid a lot. But you'll never meet a girl that was laid once.
Well,
have you ever had sex? Yeah, once.
Well, there are a lot of people who married their high school sweetheart and they're never with another woman.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they only had sex once.
Oh, okay. That's correct.
Billy, I think
unless they got married early.
In your network, that is definitely more true.
Uh-huh. But is that a conversation starter, the hat? I mean, when people see the hat, do they ask you what it means?
Well, actually, yeah, it is. But she's very popular. This store is very popular in the area, so people know what it means. And I don't usually wear it outside of this area.
So what it means to you, basically, is putting food on the table.
Yeah, exactly. It's basically the brand of the store. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
What else you want to talk about? Have we worn this out?
We've worn this out. I think
I feel like
around Christmas time.
We should talk about some of Trump's accomplishments.
Yeah, he's got a lot of. He's done some good things. I can't take this away from him.
What good things are we talking about?
The border.
Let's see.
Listen, first of all, the 20 million figure is a figure that came out of his head. That's just nonsense.
I know, but the real figure is something like 11,000. He's cut it from 20,000 people a month to 11,000 people a month.
And what about the people that are American citizens that are getting kidnapped and sent to fucking places they never heard of?
You said, what has he done Good.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, he's
And how has he done it?
Yeah, I think Derek's going to tell us.
Go ahead.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. Well, one of the things he's done is he's highlighting major healthcare win on Friday. Pharmaceutical companies, including Amgen and Merck, are to lower
Yeah.
drug prices for Americans. So, Billy,
That's a good thing.
So is he
That's
going
a
to be
good
lowering
thing.
it 700% like he said, or 600% like he said?
I don't care. He's lowering them.
Yeah,
also
because
he's
I want to
giving-
see how you lower something 700%.
You can't be. You only lower. All you can do is lower
So
something to 100.
why doesn't anybody say you can't? You could say a child can look at him and say you can't do that.
They are saying it, but you can only lower it to 100%, and 100%. If you lower it 100%, it would cost nothing.
You and Derek are going to be lined up to see Melania with the popcorn. You guys are going to be the first guys online. Melania, the movie.
And I think that the ballroom's a good idea. I don't know who's paying. I don't think who's paying for it. But why should you have to go to a ballroom at the White House and in the rain and walk in mud? I mean,
Is that right? The ballroom's a good idea. Will you be going? Because I won't be going.
I may be. I may go just to spite you. I may go just to spite you.
You're going to go see Melania just to spite me. You're going to go see Melania. You're going to be lined up the first online to see Melania just to break my balls.
Melania and Ghislaine. What the hell is
The movie.
it?
What do you think about Bezos throwing $20 million out there as a bribe to him to make Melania? Like people and they're actually releasing it in the movies.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Why not? Obama's making movies.
Yeah.
Is he producing them?
Yeah. That's his main source of income now, that and the presidency.
Wow.
Making movies is his main source of income?
Yeah. Everybody wants to be I mean, you know that Rob Reiner and his wife were scheduled to have dinner on that Sunday night. They were found dead with Melania and Obama.
I knew that, but I didn't know it was about business.
Not Melania. I mean, of course it was about business. Life is about everything. Everything these people do is about business.
Indeed.
Everything.
Yeah.
Frank, when you guys are in movies, when you're in your studio meetings and or talking to other producers, what shows do you guys cite as sort of like the beacon on the hill show that are currently out now? You know, why did that question make you so grumpy?
Because the answer makes me grumpy. When I'm out with people in the business, people in the business professionally, they'll give me some fucking answer that is a bullshit answer just because they put it on airs. When I'm out with my friends who are in the business, they like all sorts of things. I mean, they like the same things you and I like. They don't like they don't like these pretentious. They don't like these pretentious French films or foreign films. They like.
Yeah, just the regular stuff that everybody likes. I get it.
But
what's the gold standard, though? What is the what do people
say? The gold standard from our generation is different than the gold standard now.
For sure.
The gold standard, you could tell me, you like Goodfellas, or you like, I mean, Billy, you say your three favorite movies are, I think 1 and 2 may be The Godfather 1 and 2. Well, those are our gold standards. I don't even know what the other gold standard.
It's got to be subjective. All is subjective. Yeah.
I mean, like everybody in our industry says they love the studio. They love the studio. Everybody I know hates the studio.
Interesting. Yeah. I didn't hate it
because we think it's pretentious. I know it's supposed to be a satire, but I think it's a satire plus. And a good friend, one of the guys that I work with is in it. Ike Barinholtz has got the second lead.
Wait. So you think that the studio is so what do you think it's inaccurate and
everybody's over the top. Everybody's over the top, and it's so far. If they were a little over the top, I would find it humorous. but everybody is so freaking far over the top. That's
Okay.
my opinion. But everybody says it. Everybody says they love it. And it'll probably win a lot of Emmys. So
I find it to be pretty. I mean, it's definitely over the top, but there's some pretty good accuracies in it.
I don't
And
even
maybe
know what it is. What are we talking about? What's a studio? What is it? It's a TV show?
well, I'll let Frank describe it because he's.
no,
Yeah,
you can
describe it.
you can describe it.
No,
you can
I
describe
prefer the way you're going to do it in the right order. So I prefer you do it.
I wish I could figure out
Take
how
that.
I wish I could figure out how to make this screen go black.
Just put the Epstein files up there for us.
Oh my God!
It's a story about a movie studio and the people that work there, and that's
And is
all
it
I
a
can tell you.
TV show? Is it on Netflix? Is it
It's a
documentary?
TV.
What are we looking at here?
It's a TV show on Apple, and people are lining up to be in it. Scorsese's in it. You know,
Wow.
everybody making cameos as themselves to give us some sort of realism.
And it's on Apple.
Yeah.
All right. White's watching? Do you watch it? Is it White watching? You guys both watch it. Must be good.
I got through the first one, and then 5 minutes into the second one, I said, "That's it." I said, "That's it, Alice."
That's it, Alice.
Alice, come on.
You're a blabbermouth. A blabbermouth.
That's a reference to a movie that was a TV show way before your time, Derek.
Yeah.
Way before your time.
Do you
The
remember
Honeymooners.
Blabber.
the player
Mouth.
the player of Danny DeVito?
You.
The Player. I remember a Robert Altman movie called The Player that opened with an 8-minute shot, an 8-minute oneer. And I know they did.
Right.
Yes, but I don't remember Danny DeVito being in it. I mean, he could have been. I just don't recall. But also, the studio did a whole episode called The Oneer, and a oneer is a shot that has no cuts, no edits in it. So,
Did you like that one?
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it after the first one.
Oh, I thought that was in the first episode. It wasn't in the first episode.
No. It was in probably a subsequent episode. If I didn't watch it, it was in another episode.
I was playing golf, Frank. A guy said, you got a 4-foot nasty putt downhill. The guy said, that's a Danny DeVito. It's a 4-foot nasty. It's 4 foot and nasty.
That's like, I was with a minority owner of the New York Yankees, who was a friend of Joe West. And I was on a golf course with him, just watching him. And he hit a really bad hook. And I said, "That's a dead yank." And he said, he looked at me and he said, "Dead yank?" I said, "Oh," I said, "That's a Thurman Munson." And he looked at me and he said, "Thurman Munson?" I said, "Yeah, dead yank."
It's like I couldn't get out of the bunker, and missed a shot in the sand. Then I finally got on the second shot. The guy says, "That's a Hitler. 2 in the bunker."
Wow.
All right.
All right, boys.
What else you got, Derek? I want to make sure we
I got to go
Derek.
spend some time with my family here.
You made the list. We got through it. Other than talking about the MLB contracts.
I'm done with you guys. I got to get out of here.
We got the MLB covered because I talked about the Hall of Fame.
All right.
Okay. Excellent.
All right. So that's it.
That's it, my brothers.
What do you
I hope
guys
you
want
enjoyed
for
the New Year. We'll talk before New
Sorry,
Year's,
what
I
did you get
guess,
for
right?
Christmas?
No, just hang with us. This is going to air right around the Wednesday before New Year's, so this show has to go past January 1st, Billy.
Okay.
So, but we'll talk before New Year's for sure.
We just won't be talking with anybody else to our billions of fans.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I just got a report, and we just get 3 billion people.
3 billion today. That's good.
Yep. And I took a cognitive test. So somebody asked me the colors of the flag, and I'm going to give them to you: red, white, and blue.
Very few people could do that, Frank.
I aced it. I aced it.
Did you
Red.
ace your MRI as well? Because, lots of my doctor says you aced it.
I didn't know how to spell it, but I aced it. All
All
right,
right, you
pals.
humps.
See you guys later.
Take it
Have-
easy, you humps.